There we go.
And welcome to Oddworld.
Hello.
And like always, new series, new person. Want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Merlin or Carissa. There's a lot of different names that go around for me, but you can call me whatever.
Okay, whatever. What should I actually call you during the playthrough?
If you could refer to me as Carissa, that'd be great.
Okay. Now, since New and Tasty's coming out at some time, I'm not too sure, I thought I might play through one of my old favorites again. This isn't This is Oddworld Abe's Exuoddus.
Yeah.
That's not the game that New and Tasty's gonna be. That's a remake of Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. This game, I think, is actually better than Odyssey in many, many ways. So I thought, better record this instead of Odyssey. So yeah.
But there's a lot of debate on which one's better. I personally like Odyssey better, but I think the gameplay, for the most part, in Exuoddus is definitely better.
Okay, there's one thing that makes Exuoddus so much better. Quick save. Quick
save is one of the greatest things that has ever been introduced to any game. It is... I'm very glad that there's going to be quick save in New and Tasty.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Man,
yep.
That might be the best one made so far then.
They're also adding in the Alia.
There's going to be... That'll make a lot of puzzles a fair bit easier. That might just be because they'll be less repetitive and have less running across a hole, or jumping over holes with scraps chasing you.
Should we let them watch the video?
If they want to watch the opening video, they either get the game or look it up personally, or they look up this specifically on YouTube. They're here for some hilarious commentary. It's gonna derail faster than anything else.
Oh, but this.
Wait for it. And they're blind. Woo!
I still can't get over that line. Blind ones that couldn't see.
Now, I want to know something. Their eyes are sewn shut, so someone obviously did that. Did they just steal all the white Madakans and do that? Or was that like an after effect because their eyes stopped absorbing something and they just went white?
I think that would make more sense, but I wouldn't doubt, like, albino Mudokons being chosen to have their eyes shut.
Yeah, but that seems like a lot of work for the Gluckins, when they could just go, okay, we have 20 slaves in this area, so 10 of their eyes shut so they can mine, and the other 10 can clean up.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the sewing, at least with Abe's mouth, the sewing was done by, the mother Mudokin.
Okay.
So it could just be that it was done by other Mudokons.
Well then, that's as messed up as these ghosts right now. Which, I gotta say, when you're 5 years old, that is incredibly creepy.
Oh, this game used to scare me so much as a kid. I couldn't play it. I'd watch my father play it, but it was just terrifying.
Oh, I've watched my mum play this for far too long. She played through the game 5 times in a row, trying to get the same 2 Madakans she kept missing.
Also, I have to ask, are you playing the PC version or the PS1 version?
PC version. I can't record off my PS2 at the moment. Which, honestly, if you're gonna record a PlayStation 1 game, you use a PS2. It's got a better disc reader, and that just makes it miles better. And
the comedy in these cutscenes always impressed me.
Can I go home? No, you cannot go home. You won't get dinner then. Also, like, they were about to fall, they'd already fallen over from, just hunger, not starvation. Also, that was the first time I noticed one of them was clutching their knee on the ground like he'd hurt himself. And they just run after a train! How did they keep up with a goddamn train?
Yeah, look at that. It's just entering in, and they're going to be climbing up that wall in a few seconds.
And also, how did they know which way it was going? Like, matter of fact, that's actually counterproductive, now that I think about it. They're going into the mine with a train full of bones. Wouldn't it be going out of the mine with the bones?
That's a really good point! I never thought about that.
Well, looks like the story is as airtight as everyone thought it was.
They're moving the bones to the mine.
And he slips. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Also, notice the apparatus on that sling had wings instead of, like, helicopter blades.
Huh. Weird.
Yep. The original ones had wings, and then they, like, changed it during development, so the rest of them have helicopter.
Okay. Now I'm just gonna point out, one, both the Abe games have a secret on the first goddamn screen before you realize any controls. And you would have also noticed I quick save right before entering here. That's because, I'm just gonna say this, like, first time, went down there, like, decided to crouch down, go through there, everything's nice, instantly walk off the edge and die.
Oh gosh!
And this puzzle can be fairly challenging if you're, like, not that skilled, or you're a little lacking with timing, and I seem to have forgot to cut that out, my bad. That gets better, I'm positive.
I'm sure it's fine. One little extra reload isn't gonna destroy us.
No, but I realized
also, I'm getting really thrown off because I use the hello that Abe says as my text tone. So I keep wanting to check my phone, and then I just realized, no, you're talking.
I may have zapped that guy about 3 times trying to do that. Okay, here's a cool thing about the game. You tell Medakans to follow you, they'll walk up to, say, a lever or one of those valves, and they'll instantly stop at them. That doesn't work when you're running, though, which can be helpful at times and can completely annoy you at the end of this section. More on that later, though. Because I'm pretty sure that happens.
One thing that I really did like more in Exuoddus than Odyssey was how awesome it was to find secret areas. In Odyssey, it was like, yeah, cool, I did it. But in this, you get like this pile of Mudokons that you get to save, and it's just like, yes.
Or you get that one secret that has that one Mudokon underneath, like a bone saw with a slig. Like a slig just watching over him. Plus, there's also some scrabs everywhere.
You just gotta say it's not worth it.
No, it will always be worth it.
You hit every possible hazard there.
Well, I need to make sure Abe has as little sense as possible when doing this. Or he might decide, no, it's not worth saving this one guy.
Just trying to clear his head.
And I gotta say, when I first played this, which I would like to remind you, I was 5, that run jump took forever to pull off.
Oh my gosh, the first run jump was ridiculous. And it was a lot easier in Odyssey because you could actually just normal jump and hang off the edge. But no, that one you actually have to get it.
Yeah, but that means you at least learn how to do something before you're thrown into a situation, and... Okay, I made him angry and I hit the wrong button. Still learning the controls at this point. You'll more on that later as well. But I slapped him. You don't slap angry Medakans, they slap you back. Or just slap you for no reason.
Have you ever put them in a line next to each other and then slapped one?
Yes. Whoops! Okay, I've never done that before, so I want to see what would happen. Because I forgot if they follow you straight into a mine. Okay, let's do it properly. It's like, whoops! That one was by accident. Okay, let's do it properly.
I love all those silly mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't done that before, and I forgot if Medakans ran straight into mines. I thought that would be smart and say stop, but no, they aren't.
They can stop in front of a lever, but they can't stop to save their life.
Yeah. Also, silly Medakans. They will continue following you and disobey everything you say. Do you know how you fix that? A good old
slap them!
Yeah. Just slap them. And I just gotta say, Medakan slaps are apparently strong enough to break steel. How thick are their skulls? Like,
we don't need to learn to quick save. We're too good for that.
Yeah. Dunk. Since it's the PC port, and this is the first time I played the PC port.
Oh, really?
I didn't know how to the quick roll. That's why I was running back and forth trying to figure out how to. Nope, just get jump.
Hold down Z.
I thought it was... Damn, I can't remember at the moment. But still.
You can press down to crouch and then roll, but if you're running and then hold down C, you'll start rolling instead.
Okay. Yeah. And, okay, we're now sneaking. You can sneak past enemies if they're sleeping. Normally sligs. The sneaking sound is so much louder than anything else!
I know!
It's distracting!
It sounds like a pile of loose wood creaking.
It's just... How does that even? Also, you'll notice I'm actually saving every Medarkin. I'm trying to get them all. Just seeing if I can. I've never actually done it myself, but I saw my mom when I was about 8, actually, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, she played like 5 times in a row trying to get the same 2 Medarkins and kept missing them. She got it in the end. That's when we found out we had a scratch on the disc.
Oh.
We got to the end of like the concept art at the end, and then it just stopped.
Man, you're brave. You walk right up behind him.
And I slapped him! Okay, they don't notice you if you're in the shadows when you slap them. I'm just kind of nervous, so I ran away.
Yeah, no, they stand back up and they just say what?
Yeah. And also, if you keep saying stuff to them, there's a glitch where... Right, slapped him. Well, you just keep saying stuff, and they'll eventually get stuck in a loop between 2 of them, where one will go what, and the other will go what? So it's just what.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to launch it just so I can do that.
And you will. Oh, and every time you do that, it will be one of them is facing in a crucial direction, so you have to reload either your last quick save or the entire level. That has happened far too much to me because I like to mess with the sligs. Like I get past their defenses, so I'm just like, hey, what? Follow me. What? Yeah, if you jump back through that, you hit your head on the wall.
Oh yeah. The secrets often were also a lot easier to find in this one than Odyssey, because you always had those bottles.
Except for the first screen. There weren't any bottles.
Except for the first screen.
And the ultimate thing.
Normally...
Yeah! Yeah, you can shoot forward. You can hit Medarkins and yourself. Be careful of that.
I like games that allow you to be stupid.
Yeah, this game, you can be as stupid as you want, but it's also like, it's Atlas hard, not even Nintendo hard. It's
incredibly hard.
Yeah. You'd said before this, you'd said you'd never 100% of the game? Like, any of the games?
Right, I've never 100% them.
That is...
I got pretty close with Odyssey, but wasn't able to get them all.
Wait, how'd you get close with Odyssey than Exuoddus? I mean, there's more Medarkins,
I played Odyssey a lot more. It's the one I grew up with, so...
Well, I had a dodgy version of Odyssey, so we just played Exuoddus, because...
Oh...
We got, like... Okay, funny story about this. My mom was friends with some bikies, and they were, like, making pirated games, and they had all these PlayStation ones. They knew that my mom had, like, kids, like me, my brothers, my sister. So we would test all the games to them. Find out if any of the things had any anything dodgy, so they didn't actually make any of those, or they didn't crack any of those games. Find out which ones were fun, which ones weren't. Because if you're gonna make something illegal, you might as well make it the highest quality possible.
Of course.
Don't make illegal stuff, viewers. Please don't. Okay, but... So we got a dodgy copy of, like, Odyssey, so we didn't play that. But we also liked what we played, so we went out and actually bought Exuoddus. In both its discs, and all its creepiness. Those black shiny discs.
And all of its 2 discs of 1 color print.
They were beautiful. And they had a shiny black cover, so you could tell which ones were the PlayStation 1 games and which ones were the PlayStation 2 ones.
Oh yeah, because the black discs, that was something I miss.
Yeah. Nostalgia. How I've missed you.
But yeah, they're both great, and I guess I had an easier time with Odyssey because I had it first, more than just growing up with it, but like I had it way before I ever got my hands on Exuoddus. Then I lost the disc, and then a few years later I got them again and found that, wow, these games are awesome.
What I'm really amazed with is, like, this game is a cinematic platformer, which is a really hard genre to pull off. Like, you have...
They did it.
Let's put it this way. Any cinematic platformer is essentially a platformer with falling damage. Which is not something you want to put in your basic platformer. That normally ends really badly. This one, it works beautifully, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, essentially everything's so structured and actually kind of rigid in a way, but because of that, it does work. Like, yeah, it's kind of weird.
That's right. I forgot about this. One thing that I do miss from Odyssey was, in Odyssey, Mudokons would not walk off an edge unless you told them to.
So thankful for that they changed that. And now the loudest sneaking I've ever heard ever. How does it work?
Why is there even wood creaking sounds?
Okay, I brought up if you run, they don't stand next to those valves. Didn't realize that till after I played. And now I couldn't run to the other side.
Woo!
And now, woo! Cutscenes at half speed because my recording is kind of bad.
How did you record this? Because Fraps doesn't pick it up, so...
Lolly Recorder or something like that.
Probably bad.
LOILO Game Recorder. Which, this was still a hassle to record with that.
I noticed, like, frame drops occasionally, and that would be really hard to play with.
No, there's no frame drops while playing, normally, at least for this.
Yeah.
It's just, most of the frame drops you notice will actually be in the cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, it just looks a little weird. It both looks like there's missing frames, but it's also traveling at about half speed. It's weird. So yeah. Well, luckily it doesn't cause too much problems when actual gameplay's there. And man, they're lightweights. I mean, there's 5 of them and there's 99 boos.
Well, to be fair, they've had no chance to build up any sort of tolerance before this. So what's that, like, about 20 bottles per? For their first time ever drinking? Looks like you only need to save $299.
Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, you still get the best ending when he's dead. That's weird.
Uh-huh. Technically, there's 301 workers. Also, I just realized, later on in the game, you end up saving the Mudokons that you came here with.
Yeah.
And that goes towards your total saved.
Yeah. Wait, yeah.
But they weren't original workers.
Also, they're the only ones that somehow survived the explosion, spoilers, of Necromines. They are the most lucky Mudokons I've ever seen. Like, they're not slaves, they're essentially free Mudokons. Sneak into a place, don't get found out, just kinda have to do work in this one isolated spot, get completely drunk, and then survive a goddamn explosion! It's like... How did
For a considerably unlucky race, that's quite a stroke of luck.
And they're also apparently holier than thou, but yeah. You can't really notice that when they're all slaves.
Yeah.
Word of God is a weird thing.
I was just thinking about the differences in the AI between the two games, and the moods that they added into Exuoddus really made the atmosphere. I liked it a lot because Exuoddus overall has a lot more comical feel to it, and the moods just kind of added to the funniness in game rather than in a cutscene.
Yeah. Also, did you know that Exuoddus wasn't actually meant to be made?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was supposed to just be 4 games in the Oddworld series, and I failed here. I always fail at that one.
5. It was supposed to be a quintology, they called it.
Yeah, 5. They got the first 2 out, then they essentially had every bit of... Then they got essentially no marketing from EA, and they lost their jobs.
The Oddworld Inhabitants has made 4 games, only 2 of which are ones that they had originally planned. Exuoddus and Stranger's Wrath are 2 that weren't ever planned.
Which is surprising, since Well, if you hear the fan base, most of them say those two are the best games normally. Like, Stranger's Wrath apparently runs really well. I don't know, I haven't played it.
A lot of people really like Stranger's Wrath. I liked it a lot. I actually beat it just last year, I think. Just barely. That was my first time. I had a lot of trouble with that game. It didn't feel very Oddworld-y to me, though. Like, there was a few things here and there that said, okay, it exists on the same planet, but there wasn't enough. And, like, I get that, you know, there's not going to be as much stuff because the Oddworld world, like the actual planet, is supposed to be 10 times larger than Earth, so yeah, it's a big place. But I didn't feel enough connection, so I don't, like, consider that in my pile of favorite Oddworld games, but it's still really good.
Yeah, but it's just strange now that I think about it. Just, yeah, we're supposed to only have Abe and Munch's Odyssey. And most people go, Munch's Odyssey, worst Oddworld game. I haven't actually played it, I think I've said that already, but yeah. So, I'm not sure how that actually holds up, but...
It's pretty bad.
That's the thing, I think I mentioned this before when we weren't recording. People say it's either... it's pretty good, or it's worse than Satan.
Oh gosh, no. It's not terrible, and I can enjoy the game at a lot of spots. It's just, when you expect this, what we're seeing here, but in 3D, and then you get that, you feel kind of left down.
Well, I brought up this was a cinematic platform before, and I said it was really rigid. That's one of its strong points. That's really hard to pull off in 3D.
Yes.
Because if you do, then then the 3D kind of feels unnecessary, at best. So it was more...
one of the issues I had was Abe moved way too fast. He ran like Sonic speeds. It was ridiculous.
Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go faster, 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 faster. Hey, drunkies. Welcome to a hangover. Oh.
I kind of wish that Abe would say "oh" after he doesn't get the brew.
Well, I also think that would be kind of messed up because think about it, that's like his crushed up ancestors. So it's just I don't get to defile my dead.
What's funny is later you do drink it.
I know, and it gives you explosive farts. But then to cure it, you also cause them to fart, so shouldn't they all blow up, or you have to run out of the room quickly? Or you just like the ultimate...
think of it.
You just...
Why do your ancestors explode?
And why are you the only one that can possess stuff? Are you... like, and also, why are you the only one that's blue besides the witch doctor?
Wait, was Big Face?
I'm pretty sure he is blue.
I didn't remember that. I was focused on the Big Face.
Yeah, I'm positive he's blue.
Oh gosh, the first time I did this part, I did it so slowly because I was terrified of the Sogs.
Yeah. I normally do the same, but this time, even though I quick-saved it, I didn't die during this part, and I always die during this part. It's either for the big ones, because they run up and I forget to turn around and pull the lever, or these guys, because I panic and start walking.
Oh, see, with the little guys, I always had the issue because I couldn't get them to run off that edge there.
Yeah, you saw me. I stood directly next to the platform. So
yeah.
I am a god. And it looks like that's the end of the part. It will be in 2 seconds.
This has been a lot of fun. Yeah. I can't wait to do the next one.
Okay, then we'll see you in part 2.